Hi, and welcome back, everyone. Thaddeus here. Okay, so some updates with what's going on. I did a little bit of research, and the food processor here doesn't actually need a redstone pulse, just a redstone signal on. So I cleaned up all the work I did there on the clock and just added a lever here. Once this hopper gets drained out, then I'll actually just do the food processor and the town hall and the hopper just stacked up on top of each other, or I'll move it over there somewhere. I went ahead and I took out the stairs going down just because I'm getting kind of tired of it with the mobs coming up and the NPCs going down. I did expand internally here just a little bit on the bottom level so I could move some of this stuff out because it was getting kind of crowded. So I'm definitely going to have to get everything set up for a barracks for these guys, but I really need some more resources like iron. I did watch my quarry here working. It's getting down kind of nice, and but I've run out of space here in the small warehouse. So I need to get some more warehouse expansions, and the larger ones of course need iron. I have almost no iron whatsoever. And I'm just going to come over here and show you guys how far down it's gotten. Again, we are at level 82 here where my eyes are looking down. It hasn't really gotten that far. I could make another miner, but I'm just going to go ahead and let this run while I'm gone. I did not make a chunk loader yet. Maybe I should go ahead and do that. But I'm really going to want the advanced one. Good. I'm glad those guys are hitting them because I've only got one arrow left. There we go. Thanks, buddy. Let's see. Other news. I did get in touch with Shadow Mage, the mod author, about the problem that I was having with the adept NPCs coming out as novices. He said he's already got a fix for that in his newest dev version, and as soon as he gets everything prepared, he'll go ahead and release that so we can get the update. I've had some requests about servers, public servers in particularly. Right now the one that I'm on is just a private server that I've thrown together for playing my mods, and I like to run it on a server. That way if I decide I want to set up a chunk loader and leave it running while I'm gone for a while, I can do that. I don't have to be logged in and AFK, worry about dying or anything. Most of the time I shut the server down when I'm done. I just have it here on my local network. I'm thinking about setting up a tutorial for a Minecraft installation and setting up configurations and profiles for installing mods. I'll go through how I make my server mods, build that, and then how I move, basically I move that onto a dedicated server, which is just an older computer that I've got. I've got an old what is it, like a dual core Athlon 64 processor with 4 gigs of RAM on it, and I run a Linux operating system on that, and I've only got 2 gigs of RAM assigned to this server here with this mini mod list, and I'm barely even hitting 1 gig even when I've got 2 or 3 players on it and all these NPCs and stuff. I've done some big mod packs with 80 mods or more, basically like some FTB type stuff that I put together, and that one I'll assign like 3 gigs of RAM. The operating system itself takes like 100 megs or less, so I never have to worry about running out of RAM on that. It's just kind of the processor. It's an older processor, so once I start getting up into the higher number of mods with chunk loading and different dimensions and stuff like that, it does start to get a little bit of tick lag, but it's never really been that bad. It's always been playable. As you can see here, I'm running at 30 frames per second, but that's because I have my VSync on, which is a vertical sync. All that means is that the refresh rate on your monitor and the frames per second of your game are in sync with the vertical refresh rate. And I could turn the vertical refresh rate off. In fact, I'll go ahead and I'll do that right now just so you can see it. And it may or may not change here because I've got fraps locked in at the monitor refresh rate. So let me turn that off and see if it changes it. No, okay, so because I've got it locked in, I'm recording it at 30 frames per second, so it's limiting my game as well. And for those of you who are interested in recording, like I said, I'm just using fraps. Definitely, you know, worth the, what was it, like 30 bucks or whatever for the full version. With the free version, you can only record 30 seconds at a time, and so you know, it's not very expensive. But normally when I play, I would run at a 1920 by 1080, your regular 1080p, because that's what my monitor supports. But if you're recording at that rate, you better have a really big hard drive dedicated to your raw video, because it is going to be extremely large, especially if you record at 1080. I did try doing my first couple of episodes recording at half my resolution, and one of the problems with that is it doesn't allow you to go up past the 480 when you're watching it. It's the max, you know, it's half a 1080, so it's 540, which really didn't allow for the higher resolution. I'll go and I'll keep talking. I'm just going out mining right now because I need to go get some of that iron and some string, and we'll see if we can find anything else. Oh, that looks really nice over there. But yeah, so definitely if you're going to do any recording, you know, Fraps is nice and easy. And then there's some really good video editing software out there. I'm using one that's an open source for doing my file conversion and compression. It works great. It's called VSCD, I believe. If anyone's interested, I can give you some more information about it. And so basically I just go ahead and compress the video down so that when I upload it, I'm not uploading a file that's too large. Let's see if we can find a nice place to go in and go mining. Maybe see if we can find a ravine. I know there was a ravine down inside where I was. Let's see. Okay, good. I'm still in extreme hills. So let's just see if we can find an opening out here. I got a little bit of a what some people call a world hole. I just need that to go ahead and draw as I get closer. So yeah, so, you know, for those of you who have subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Back to news about the mod. Come on, give me my screen there. So, yeah, I was talking, well, emailing. You know, that pretty much constitutes talking to most of us these days. So I'm in communication with Shadow Mage, the mod author, about public servers, and so right now there isn't any official public server. Now that there is the castle that we're going to go and lay siege to soon. And so, yeah, right now there isn't really anything up. There's a couple that you can find if you're out looking. You can do a Google search for it, and you know, you might have some luck there. But definitely, I can't really give any specifics because I don't have any. But definitely, I would look for an official server to be up sometime in the near future, hopefully. If not, definitely I'm considering the possibility of trying to get one set up with in conjunction with Shadow Mage, so that, you know, we can get some kind of an official tag on there, and really kind of work with the mod author on, you know, what his thoughts are about everything, and you know, kind of see where he wants to go with the mod, and where the players, you know, what the players like and enjoy about it. So yeah, I'm not finding any openings over here, so I'm just going to keep running around here. But yeah, definitely one of the things that I want to see is I'd really like to see some type of multi-team server setup, maybe something with up to like 4 teams, with those 4 teams competing on a map. I know there's some bucket plugins out there that can allow you to add protected areas on your server, and so you know, I'd kind of like to see something where maybe you'd get 15 minutes or so for each team to kind of set up their base and outfit some NPCs, and then go ahead and open it up for combat, and really just kind of get some stuff going that way. I think that would be extremely fun. I've always been a gamer, whether it was you know, PC gaming. I'm not really much of a console gamer. I'm much more of a keyboard and mouse gamer, because that's what I grew up with. And you know, but board games, you know, growing up, things like Risk, Axis and Allies, Stratego, anything that had to do with strategy and you know, large battles with lots of people, things like that have always been you know, the things that interest me. And so I'd kind of like to see if something like that can be done, where basically you're the general, and you have your army, and you know, you go out and you lay siege to the enemy. So yeah, that's something that I would like to see set up. I don't know how well it would work, but I definitely want to try it. Oh, so glad I didn't fall down there. And you know, like I've mentioned before, there are a lot of other mods that I think would be good companions with this, like with the what is it? I know there's the ruins and battle towers. Those are both pretty fun. Battle towers, man, those tower guardians are brutal. You know, but you've got like the Better Dungeons mod that has the big mob armies, basically, you know, NPCs. I'm also thinking about maybe seeing if I can make a nice adventure map type thing, setting up some battle scenarios. You know, kind of setting up an opposing force, and your job is to assault the castle, or maybe defend the castle, especially if we could set up like multiplayer teams, because you know, like I've mentioned before, this mod is set up to allow up to 16 teams, which is just amazing. And I'd really like to see at least something with a couple of different teams, and see how a big battle would go. Okay, so here we go, back on the hunt for iron. And once I get enough iron, then you know, then I'll be able to go ahead and make some more of the storage that I need, start getting some of the resources I need for making the other NPCs. Wow, some block lag, really? And then hopefully the new release will be out soon, with the update to take care of the adept soldiers being novice. Right now I'm hesitant to make anything above the adept level, just because I don't want to have that same issue with giving somebody some diamond equipment, because right now I'm pretty much out of diamonds. So maybe I'll just go into a test world and cheat that in and see what happens. You know, cheat in the resources and see what happens. And then you know, if that causes a problem, then I'll definitely be sure to let Shadow Mage know. I've seen a lot of videos online. Most of them are older now with this mod, and so I know there's a lot of interest in this mod in the community. So anything I can do to help promote it, that's what I want to do. Share it and, you know, just experience it and try and get more people interested, because the modding community for Minecraft is just outstanding. So let's see, what's next up to talk about? Let's see. Sorry, now that I'm really on the hunt, I'm kind of focused. Is that some gold? Looks like it. Shut this off here. Yeah, so definitely need to get ready to go to the Nether here pretty soon. Just to I didn't bring an iron pick. Oh well. So yeah, I'm interested in going to the Nether. I'm not sure if there's any Nether generation of the fortresses or castles or anything. If so, that would be kind of cool if they had zombie pigmen in them. That would definitely not be cool. I mean, it would be cool, but it certainly wouldn't be fun, I don't think. And you know, I really should have brought an iron pick in case I run into diamonds or something. Because see, there's some redstone down there. Yeah, that was my fail. Because I knew I was coming mining. One thing that that I did bring, that I haven't shown you yet, I went ahead and I made a large backpack. So it's got 36 slots in it. It's really pretty nice. I know there are a lot of mods out there that add backpacks. Some of them are a little bit more functional in that you can have them automatically store items, like you know, I could have it automatically pick up all the iron that I mine, or even refill my personal inventory with cobblestone or dirt or whatever it is that I wanted to put in there. So I don't know if Shadow Mage is going to be putting anything like that in. Maybe I'll go and I'll suggest that, because I find it really convenient. So, you know, if I were playing this with a mod pack and there was another mod that had one of those backpacks like forestry or even dartcraft, you know, I would definitely pick one of those backpacks over these. But these are also needed for like making your couriers. They all need backpacks, so there would still be a use for them. And in fact, early on, these backpacks are really pretty cheap. I know that, like with the forestry backpacks, in order to upgrade them from the normal size, you need to have bees up and running. And you know, bees are cool, but they definitely take a lot of time to get set up. And sorry, I don't want to get sidetracked into talking about forestry here. But just kind of, I like to make some of the comparisons with some of the mods that I play, some of the mods that the rest of you guys play. You know, feel free to shout out what your favorite mod is, and you know, we can talk about that, or you know, whatever it is you guys want to talk about in the comments, I'm cool with. So, some more iron up there. So my iron hunt is going pretty well. I've got 44. And as you saw, the food production is just off the charts at this point. I went ahead and I got rid of one of my farmers just because I didn't need 3 running around. I've just got 2 running. And again, they're just the novice. With the productivity that the novice guys give, I don't really think I would need to get the adept farmers. though I wouldn't be against doing so. At this point, I just don't need them. I do want to go ahead and set up like the pig farm and all that stuff just to test those out, see how they work, and even kind of be doing some mod testing for it, because we did have the other bug with the chicken farm. And so the more we can, emerald, and I can't get it. The more I play and we discover together, the better the mod's going to be. So if you guys are ever, playing a mod and you find some kind of a bug, go ahead and make sure you report it to the mod author. Normally, just on the Minecraft forums is all you need to go to, and you can find a place to report bugs. Because the mod authors, they want to know what problems people are having, because they put all that time and effort into making the mod. They want to make sure that it works as good as possible. Oh, and more emerald. Wow. I wish I had Buttagar here. He'd help me dig it up, but yeah. If you guys like to play the mini games out there, we can talk about that. I do find those to be a lot of fun. It's a lot more like the good old first-person shooters that I like to play, and Buttagar definitely likes to play them. And it's funny when I'm playing with Buttagar on the servers, like the Nexus or the Hive or anything like that. He's really good at the PvP stuff, and it's funny to me how many people accuse him of hacking just because he's good. And I know stuff like that's going to happen. I do okay with it, and if I get on a win streak, then people will accuse pretty much anybody that's beating them of being a hacker. So you definitely got to kind of watch out there. Oh, and you know what? I forgot that I think my helmet broke, and I just got a chest plate. Is it? Oh, yeah, it's pretty damaged. Yeah, so see, I couldn't even replace my own armor because I'm out of iron. So bring me the iron. Let's see. Oh, looks like I think this is where Annabelle Lee and I were before. Because of how that dirt is, I think she plugged up some lava there. It's either lava or water. But yeah, so definitely let me know how many people are interested in getting onto a public server. The more interest we have, the quicker we'll try and get that set up. I would definitely like to play with some people and get some of those battles going. Ah, cool, lapis. I love lapis. Why? I know it's not very useful in vanilla, but as I've mentioned before, I really like Tinker's Construct, and lapis is what gives you your looting and fortune. So every time I see it, I'm just like, oh, look, lapis. Nice. I really am liking these extreme hills. Hey, okay, so I'm going to put some information out there that seems to be little known, and this is something that Buttagar is often saying to me. It has to do with lava. Okay, in vanilla, lava is not really useful. Okay, you can use it to make obsidian, which of course you need for the enchantment table. So I mean, it's kind of valuable, especially in the fact that you need a diamond pickaxe to get it. But especially like in vanilla Minecraft, if you're in the nether and you need to cook something, you can totally use lava. A bucket of lava in a furnace will run for a really, really long time. Get out of here. Don't you blow up that lapis. So, if you ever find yourself out in the nether and you need to cook some food or, whatever it happens to be that you need to smelt, get a bucket of lava. And you won't have to worry about your fuel source. And that right there is just a regular old vanilla mechanic that you can do that, which is kind of cool. And about time for me to make my way up and out of here. And more emerald. Wow. Okay. How much iron do we have? We got almost a full stack, so I'll probably find another couple of pieces on the way out to finish off our stack here. Yeah, I hear you. Ouch. Yeah, that's how my helmet got broken. These stupid skeletons. Ouch. Alright, so I'm getting close to a snow biome, as I can see on my mini-map there. Oh, speaking of mini-maps, the map writer map that I'm using is in the new Direwolf 20 pack. Whoa! And more emerald, wow. So, that's cool to see, one of the mods that I picked up on first before Direwolf. I mean, that's not, a huge thing or anything. It's not some real claim to fame. It's just that it's nice to see how the modding community continues to grow. And, there's a lot of mini-maps out there. There's one called, I think it's Radar Bro or Radar Buddy, something like that. And then you've got the Raise mini-map and the voxel map. And now there's the map writer. So if you've got an idea for a mod, don't be discouraged if somebody else already made one like it, because you can always put your own twist on it. So yeah, that's one of the things when sometimes when I'm thinking about, what would I do if I were going to make a mod? What would I want to add? And you want to be different. You don't want people to say, oh, your mod is just like so-and-so's mod. But in real life, there's only so many things that you can have. More emerald. There's only so many things that you can do that are different and original. And of course, every original idea is usually based off of some other idea that it grew out of. So don't be afraid of that. Don't worry about it. Just do your best, and when you get stuck, contact the modding community. They're always friendly and willing to help. Because if they weren't, then we wouldn't be, we wouldn't have any mods. Everything would be closed, and what they say, imitation is the biggest form of flattery. So go for it. I mean, there's so many people out there making Minecraft videos that, for a long time I was like, there's these guys out there and they're really good, and do I really have anything that I can offer? And so that's why I wanted to go ahead and do this type of style with a mod that has a lot of interest but not a lot of exposure. I mean, I've got I'm really, really new to it and all, so most people would say, at this point I'm just a nobody, and that's okay. I know I'm somebody, and I'm just gonna do make some videos and have some fun, and you know, if other people like it, well, that's great. So let's see. Good. Can we finally get out of here? I hear a slime. Not that I needed slime for anything, really. I mean, what, sticky pistons? Is there anything else in vanilla you can use slime for? I had a feeling that was going to fall down. Ow, get away from me. You're the one hitting me. And that was my last sword. But I can certainly make another one. I brought some wood so I can make a crafting table. Let's get some light up. Some more gold there. Alright. So yeah, you know, don't be afraid to do what you want to do. The only way you really fail is if you don't try. Let me go and make 2. Okay, I think I got all of that. Let's see if we can get back up out of here. And I'm probably going to need to make some more torches if I don't get out of here soon. Ooh, a spider. Nice, I need string. Without string, I have no ballista. So yes, spiders, please come after me. I don't really need an Enderman right now. I thought that Buttagar and I had found a spider spawner. So I may have to go and look for that. Because I really need some string. And maybe I'll set up a spawner trap using using some archers or something. There you are. Using some archers to help me farm some string. Alright, at this point I'm gonna have to start digging up coal when I find it. Alright, so we're definitely over a stack of iron. So the next coal I find, I'm going to have to turn into some torches. And of course it's a dead end here. Okay, so time for a new topic. What do we want to talk about next? Spooky sounds in a cave. There's some coal. Let me just go grab some of that real quick. Put my last torch down here. Grab some steak. Grab some charcoal. Hopefully the ground doesn't fall out underneath me again. And here they come. Get out of here. Okay, let's go and get some of this stuff put away. Okay, let's make some torches. I didn't even get any slime from that guy. That's too bad. Alright, let's continue to get out of here. Half a stack of torches definitely ought to be enough for me to get out of here. More creepers. Creepers are like my #1 enemy. I know Direwolf has his Enderman. For me, it's creepers. No matter where I go, they always seem to blow up right next to me. I know they blow up on everybody, but it just seems like they're my natural enemy. Okay, I'm gonna about 40. There's water up above me. Let's go ahead and turn on my caving mode. So I know there's some water up there because I can see it dripping down. Looks like there's another cave over this way. Now I know some people don't like caving mode for their mini-map. One of the reasons why I like this one is it only shows a couple of things. It will show you air blocks, it will show you water, and it will show you lava. And that's it. So, you know, you can use it in some ways to kind of map out your like your branch mines or something, if that's what you're doing. Because it'll show you, you know, the air blocks, which is open space basically. And that didn't really get me anywhere. It's gonna get me up. No, I'll have to dig over. I'm getting used to not having radar. I used to always have radar on with the other mini-maps, and I got really used to it, and so I'm trying to go a little bit more, I guess you could say, hardcore by not having the radar on. I do wish that the map writer had the option to show friendly players, just because it makes it a lot easier to meet up with your friends when you're separated. But, you know, that's just the way this one is right now. Don't blow up, please. So, yeah. But I felt it was definitely necessary for me to have some kind of a mini-map. If nothing else, just so I can find, you know, where home is. Yeah, I could just write down the coordinates, but you know, I'm the type of person that you know, I want some kind of a map, just because, you know, in the real world I would have a map if I were out somewhere. So done a lot of map reading in my day. Sometimes it's referred to as orienteering. If you're ever in the Boy Scouts, they call it orienteering there. But yeah, we called it land navigation. So using a map and a compass and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I would have my own map, even if I had to make one. So I don't necessarily think it's cheating to have a map. Just saves me from having to make my own. Alright, let's see if we can find our way out of here. We've only gone up, well, only about 6 blocks. Alright, let's just go up this way. I know I could just pillar up. I've also heard it called nerd polling. You know, because different people call things different things. So for me, I don't mind just getting the extra resources. Let's see how close I am to home. I am nowhere near home, but I hear a spider. Where are you, spider? Alright, so at this point, I'm going to ask, what do you guys think about, you know, watching me go mine? If I've got some kind of commentary, you know, then I'll definitely go ahead and do that. But in general, you know, is mining something you guys want to see? I think if it's just a resource gathering expedition, probably not going to be that interesting. But you know, if I'm out adventuring and I decide I'm going to go through a cave and get resources at the same time, is that something you guys want to see? So just let me know in the comments. Man, I've got to get out of here. I'm definitely getting tons of iron, though. Alright, at this point I'm going to go ahead and cut because I'm just going to focus on getting back to base and starting some research, because I'm at the point where I need some iron to really level up that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here, and I'll finish out the last couple of minutes once I get back to base.